And I think that honestly, hopefully is encouraging in a weird way because you don't have to have all the answers to everything, you know?
Exactly.
Like, why did God allow this to happen in the Bible? Or why did God do this or that? Because I think sometimes we can feel a little bit scared that, at least I can, when I talk about the Bible, someone will be like, oh, well, I don't believe in it because there was this talking snake. What does that mean? Or I don't believe in it because for some reason God let the soldiers kill women and children. Like, that doesn't make sense, you know? Those tough questions that sometimes make you feel nervous. But like what you're saying, some people, they don't, you could tell them all the perfect answers and it still wouldn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
And the reason why I say that might be encouraging is because, well, what would matter is why does that affect you personally?
Right.
So what? Honestly, so what? So what if all of this stuff happened, that God did this or that? Let's say you have the right answer. Great. How does that affect you? You know, how does that affect you personally? And I think that's where those people come from. Is like, cool, great. Jesus lived and died. Awesome. Whatever. They don't really care because it's like, how does that affect me?
Right.
I still got to go to work.
Oof.
I'm still trying to pay all these bills. I'm still struggling in this relationship. I'm still doing this and that. Like, so what?
Right.
And that's why it can be encouraging because you have the so what. If you're a Christian in a relationship with God, there is a reason why.
Right.
And you might have to dig really deep to find that why for yourself. You know, and I pray that it's not because your parents made you do that. And if it is, then it's good that you know that so you can keep pushing and thinking, okay, is this really worth going after?
Right.
Just because my parents said so?
Cultural Christianity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you do push and you think, why? Why do I actually follow God? Why does this really matter? That's what people want to know.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Because for me, I grew up in church, and so I knew, and I loved it. I loved being in church. A lot of nice people. I loved the stories. I loved pleasing my parents. But I didn't know how that affected me really.
Right.
And I kind of got depressed and got really down because I just didn't know who I was. Okay, God's there and loves me, cool, but I still feel ugly. I still don't feel attractive. I still feel like I'll never be with someone or I'm not good enough. Like, God loves me, great, so what? But then everything changed when I finally was able to ask God those questions and like have that relationship with God and realizing that God says, like, I have good plans for you. I'm not giving up on you.
Right.
Even if you're trying to give up on me, I will never give up on you. You could be mad at me for 2 years. Awesome. I will still be there for you.
Right.
And you can come back to me and I'm not going to hold that against you. I'm just going to accept you, arms wide open, and say, here we go.
Exactly.
You know, that was powerful for me. That was life-changing for me because I needed that. And I think for us, it's like, that's what other people need. You know, they need to know that why.
Right.
And so,
And I